VAMOS is an automation management orchestration system and is demonstrated here with an OCU test. The OCU tester simulates the network environment. It can emulate many ODUs and UEs to generate 5G control plane and user plane traffic to the OCU. The ability to emulate high data rates and large numbers of ODUs is vital, as the OCU is the first data aggregation point between the RAN and the core network. Let's go to the demonstration. VAMOS is a web-based UI. You can sign in here. You will be redirected back to your VAMOS instance. Here you see your homepage with an overview of workspaces, schedulers and product connections. Let's look at the defined resources in the test lab for this demonstration. The CU tester and the device under test, OCU, are defined. Further details of what has been defined can also be viewed. For instance, you can see the OCU test vendor was VIAVI, using 2.53 version of the CU tester software. The test bed is defined here, which just contains a CU tester. The test bed can be more complex and can have supporting elements, for example adding a UE emulator, and you might want to terminate the traffic with a core emulator. Here you have the test line where you connect the test bed with the OCU tester to the device under test, OCU. Here are the product connections where you can verify that the tester is properly connected and working. You see status active. The workspace is where you prepare the tests in the CU tester workspace. The test suite is loaded with 2 campaigns. We want to execute the OCU test campaign. The OCU test line is now connected. This is to define where this test gets executed, but also later where the information comes from for the report. You can view your tests. Here you see parameters. You can change these just before executing a test case. For instance, you don't want to run only a single UE, you want to run 10 UEs. You can also see under your scheduling parameters that you defined 2 iterations for the test. You can go to My Monitor configuration. View registration. View transport messages, RX and TX messages. Run the test case. Go to the scheduler where the test case is executed. You see the test suite is loaded. The campaign is loaded and the first iteration is running with the test case. The first iteration of the test case is running. You can select that iteration and see the graphs which were defined in the monitor configuration. You see that you have transport messages and the last 5G message counter as the registration. You see in the beginning there were the 10 registration of the UEs. And there was some more traffic in the end. There was a deregistration and also some traffic establishment. Now you can already see the second iteration is running. Everything looks pretty much the same as before. The graph looks exactly the same. You can see in the counters there were 10 registrations, there are 20 data connections, so 2 per UE. And at the end there are 10 deregistrations. You can look at your finished tests here, under the finished test cases. You can view the tests that were executed. Everything has passed. But let's say we failed one of the test cases and we want to see the details. We can download log files here. You can view the pcap file here and see the exact message flow of the first test. Then generate a report, or select Generate Reports, select which report you want to execute and generate. Generate the report and you can see the F1 interface test on the CU. There are 2 executed test cases. You can view the details, both test case iterations passed. You can see all details of the test environment, for instance the version of the CU and the version of the CU tester, manufacturer, etc. Learn more about VAMOS at viavisolutions.com.